Chill English Podcast.
Hello and welcome back to the Chill English Podcast, your weekly space for relaxing, learning and mastering the English language. I'm your host, Alex.
And I'm Chloe. It's so great to be with you all again. We hope you've had a fantastic week.
We certainly have. Today, we're going to tackle a topic that is a universal daily ritual, yet can sometimes be surprisingly complex. We are going to dive deep into the process of getting dressed and choosing an outfit for the day.
The daily question. What on earth am I going to wear? It can be a simple choice or a full-blown crisis, depending on the day. We're not just talking about clothes. We're talking about the language, the feelings, and the strategy behind it all.
Exactly. We'll be exploring a whole range of vocabulary, from phrasal verbs to colorful idioms. We want to equip you with the language to describe not just what you wear, but how you decide what to wear. So, grab your favorite beverage, get comfortable, and let's get into it. All right, Chloe, let's start at the very beginning of the process. For me, choosing an outfit begins the moment I check my calendar and the weather forecast for the next day. It's a very logical, step-by-step process. How about you? When does the thought process begin for you?
Oh, wow. See, we're already different. For me, it genuinely starts when I'm standing in front of my closet, probably 10 minutes after I should have already left the house. It's pure, unfiltered emotion. I'll open the doors and think, how do I feel today? Do I feel like a bright yellow sweater or do I feel like head to toe black? The weather is a factor, of course, but the mood is the real captain of the ship.
That's fascinating. So my approach is very premeditated. I like to pick out my clothes the night before. It saves me time and mental energy in the morning. For you, it sounds more spontaneous. You just sort of throw on whatever feels right in the moment.
Exactly, and that's our very first teaching point, isn't it? The difference between pick out and throw on.
It is. Let's deconstruct that. The phrasal verb to pick out means to choose something carefully from a group. When I say I pick out my clothes, it implies a deliberate selection process. I consider the options, weigh them, and make a conscious choice. For example, it took me a while to pick out the right tie for the wedding.
Right, it sounds planned, whereas to throw on means to put on clothes quickly and casually without much thought. It's what I do on a lazy Sunday. I have to run to the store, I'll just throw on a hoodie and some jeans. It implies speed and a lack of fuss. You would never throw on a tuxedo, right?
Precisely. You would carefully pick out your tuxedo, your shirt, your cufflinks. You would throw on your gym clothes. The choice of verb really communicates your attitude towards the act of dressing.
It really does. So back to your organized world, Alex. After you've checked your schedule and the weather, you pick out your ensemble. What does your wardrobe situation look like? Is it a pristine library of clothing?
Pristine library is a generous term, but yes, it's highly organized. Shirts are grouped by color, pants are folded, and everything has its place. I suppose you could say I'm a creature of habit. I have my go-to combinations for work, for weekends, for formal events. It simplifies the decision-making process.
Ooh, a creature of habit. I love that idiom. It sounds so cozy. I picture a little hamster running on its wheel, happy as can be.
That's a great visual. A creature of habit is someone who likes to do the same thing at the same time every day, or in the same way. They find comfort and efficiency in routine. So when I say I'm a creature of habit with my clothes, it means I have a system. For my work week, I have 5 or 6 professional outfits that I rotate. I don't have to invent a new combination every single day.
See, that is my nightmare. I think I would feel so bored. My wardrobe is, let's call it organized chaos. I know where everything is, but it probably wouldn't make sense to anyone else. I need that element of discovery each morning. This brings up another useful phrase, to mix and match. For me, the fun is in finding new combinations. Can I wear this old band t-shirt under a smart blazer? Maybe. Let's try it.
And to mix and match is a fantastic phrase. It means to combine different items of clothing or furniture or food, etc., in new ways. A versatile wardrobe is one where you can mix and match most of the pieces. A plain white t-shirt, for example, is very versatile. You can mix and match it with jeans, a skirt, or even under a formal suit for a more modern look.
My entire philosophy is based on mix and match, but it can lead to that classic dramatic moment where I'm standing in front of a closet full of clothes, sighing, I have nothing to wear. It's a strange paradox.
I think everyone has felt that. You have clothes, but nothing feels right. You might be feeling a bit on the fence about what to wear.
Yes, on the fence. Let's talk about that one. It perfectly describes the feeling. So, being on the fence means you are undecided between two or more choices. You can't make a decision. I was on the fence this morning between a comfortable dress and a more professional-looking blouse and trousers combo. I just stood there for 5 minutes, holding one in each hand, completely stuck.
It's a very common feeling. My strategy for getting off the fence is to have a rule of thumb. A rule of thumb is a general principle or a piece of practical advice that isn't a strict rule, but is helpful in most situations. For dressing, a good rule of thumb is, when in doubt, it's better to be slightly overdressed than underdressed.
That is a great rule of thumb. It has saved me a few times. I showed up to a party once in jeans and a t-shirt, and everyone else was in cocktail dresses. I felt so out of place. It was a bit of a fashion faux pas.
Ah, a fashion faux pas. A perfect and slightly more advanced term. A faux pas, borrowed from French, is a social blunder, an embarrassing mistake in a social situation. So a fashion faux pas is a mistake in what you are wearing. Wearing white to a wedding, if you aren't the bride, is a classic fashion faux pas. Or, as you mentioned before, socks with sandals is often considered one.
I will never tell you about the time I wore socks with sandals. Never. Laugh. But let's say I finally pick something. I've gotten off the fence. The next stage is trying it on. And the fit is everything. I once bought this beautiful vintage dress for a friend's birthday. I was so excited. I got it home, tried it on, and it fit like a glove. The feeling was incredible.
That's the best feeling. Let's analyze that idiom because it's a great one. When something fits like a glove, it means it fits perfectly. It's exactly the right size and shape for you. It's as if it were custom made. It's a very positive and satisfying expression. You can use it for more than clothes, too. The new cover for my phone fits like a glove.
Absolutely. And when something fits that well, it often makes you feel amazing. My friend saw me in that dress and said, "Chloe, you look like $1,000,000." It was such a confidence booster.
Another fantastic idiom. To look like $1,000,000 or $1,000,000 means to look extremely good, very attractive, very elegant. It's a huge compliment. You look healthy, happy, and well-dressed. It conveys a sense of glamour and high value.
It does, but the opposite can also be true. Have you ever picked something out, thought it would be great, and then you put it on, and it's just not right? It's just not my cup of tea.
All the time. And that's a very polite way to say you don't like something. If a style is not your cup of tea, it simply means it's not to your personal taste. It's not a harsh criticism of the item itself, it's a statement about your preference. For example, I admire people who can wear very bold, bright patterns, but for me, it's not my cup of tea. I prefer more subdued, solid colors.
It's a great, gentle phrase for expressing dislike. Are you a fan of the new oversized sneaker trend? It's not my cup of tea. It's much softer than I hate it.
Exactly. So we've covered the initial choice, the struggle, and the fit. What about the occasion? The context is key. We can't talk about getting dressed without talking about dress codes, like dressing up and dressing down.
Ooh, this is so important, especially for English learners who might get invitations to events. The difference between casual, smart casual, and formal can be so confusing.
Let's break it down. To dress up is a phrasal verb that means to wear more formal clothes than you usually would, typically for a special occasion. If you're going to a fancy restaurant or the theater, you would dress up.
For example, I'm excited for the company's annual gala. It's a great excuse to dress up. It implies effort and style.
The opposite is to dress down. This means to wear more casual, informal clothes. Many companies now have a Dress Down Friday, where employees can wear jeans and t-shirts instead of suits and ties.
For example, after a long week of wearing a uniform, I love to just dress down on the weekends. It implies comfort and relaxation.
Now for the tricky middle ground, smart casual. This is probably the most common and most confusing dress code. My interpretation is that it's a polished but relaxed style. For men, it might be chinos or nice trousers, a button-down shirt or a polo shirt, and maybe a blazer. No tie needed. For women, it could be a nice blouse with trousers or a skirt, or a stylish dress. It's neat and professional, but not as rigid as formal business attire. Comfort is key is often a good motto here, but it has to be a polished comfort.
I think of smart casual as the outfit you'd wear to a nice brunch or a creative workplace. You look put together, but not stuffy. You've made an effort. The key is to avoid things that are too casual, like ripped jeans, sneakers with logos, or graphic t-shirts.
That's a perfect summary. And sometimes you go beyond just dressing up. Sometimes an occasion calls for you to be dressed to the nines.
Ooh, I love that one. It sounds so glamorous, like you're about to walk a red carpet.
It is very glamorous. Dressed to the nines means that you're dressed in your most stylish, elegant, and formal clothes. It's for very special occasions, a black tie wedding, a New Year's Eve ball. It implies perfection down to the smallest detail. For instance, everyone at the awards ceremony was dressed to the nines.
There's a similar one, right? Dress to kill. Is that the same?
It's very similar, but with a slight difference in connotation. Dress to kill also means you are wearing very glamorous or stylish clothes, but it has an added implication that you want to attract attention and impress people, perhaps in a romantic or powerful way. It's about making a strong impact. She arrived at the party dressed to kill, and all eyes were on her.
So, dress to the nines is more about elegance and formality, while dress to kill is more about impact and attraction. That makes sense. It takes a certain amount of confidence to wear an outfit like that. You have to be sure you can pull it off.
And to pull it off is our final and very useful phrasal verb. To pull something off means to succeed in doing something difficult or challenging. In fashion, if you can pull off a difficult outfit or style, it means you wear it successfully and you look good in it, even though it might look bad on someone else.
Right, like a neon green suit. Not many people can pull that off. Or a very avant-garde hat. You might see a model pull it off in a magazine, but on me, it would just look silly. It's about the combination of the clothes and the person's confidence and attitude.
Exactly. It's the perfect phrase to encapsulate that final element of style, the wearer themselves. And with that, I think we'd gone from the initial thought to the final confident exit out the door. Wow, that was a lot of vocabulary. Let's do a quick recap of the key phrases we discussed today to help you remember them. We'll group them by category.
Great idea. First up, the phrases for starting the process and making decisions. To pick out. To choose something carefully. I need to pick out an outfit for the interview. To throw on. To put on clothes quickly and casually. I just threw on a sweatshirt to go to the shop. A creature of habit. Someone who likes to do the same thing in the same way. He's a creature of habit and wears a gray suit every day. To mix and match. To combine different items in new ways. A blue blazer is great because you can mix and match it with many things. On the fence. To be undecided between choices. I'm on the fence about whether to wear the boots or the heels.
Rule of thumb. A general, practical principle. My rule of thumb for packing is to bring layers. Next, let's cover the phrases for describing the look and fit. Fit like a glove. To fit perfectly. The jacket I bought fits like a glove. To look like $1,000,000. To look extremely attractive and elegant. With her new haircut and dress, she looks like $1,000,000. Not my cup of tea. A polite way to say you don't like something. That style is not my cup of tea. Fashion faux pas. An embarrassing mistake in what you wear. Wearing 2 different colored socks was an unfortunate fashion faux pas. To pull it off. To succeed in wearing a difficult style. I don't think many people can pull off yellow pants, but you do.
And finally, the vocabulary for dress codes and special occasions. To dress up. To wear more formal clothes for an occasion. Let's dress up and go to a fancy dinner. To dress down. To wear more casual clothes. On Fridays, we can dress down at the office. Smart casual. A polished but relaxed style of dress. The invitation says the dress code is smart casual. Dressed to the nines. Dressed in your most elegant and stylish clothes. She was dressed to the nines for the opera. Dressed to kill. Dressed glamorously to attract attention and impress. He showed up to the reunion dressed to kill. Comfort is key. A phrase meaning comfort is the most important factor. For a long flight, comfort is key.
We've shared our different approaches, from the planner to the spontaneous. Now we want to hear from you. What is your process for choosing an outfit for the day?
Are you more of an Alex who plans everything out, a creature of habit? Or are you a Chloe who goes with the flow and likes to mix and match based on your mood? Let us know in the comment section on our website or on our social media. We love reading your stories.
That's all the time we have for today on the Chill English podcast. We hope you enjoyed this deep dive into the language of getting dressed and feel more confident using these new phrases.
Join us again next week for another topic. We had so much fun today.
Until then, take care.
Bye.